Hello everyone, I invite you to every Monday cryptocurrency review. Let's start by checking the current situation on BTC in the USDT pair, taking into account the 1-hour interval. First, we will use the yellow line to determine the upward trend, and locally, in the same way, we will mark the local upward trend line from which the price breakout can be seen. At this point, it is also worth taking into account EMA cross 10 and 30, because we can see the red EMA cross 10 line approaching the green EMA cross 30 line, and when it crosses it from above, it will confirm the return to the local downtrend. Now we can move on to marking support areas in the event of a correction. And here, first of all, you can see support which currently maintained the decline at the level of $51,782. Then you can see support at the price of $51,331, and then strong support at the level of $50,611. Looking the other way, in a similar way using the fib retracement tool, we will identify a very strong resistance zone from $52,344 to $52,817, which effectively keeps the price ahead of a new pro-upward move. When we look at the RSI indicator, we can see the rebound caused by the price correction. But the stock indicator showed a descent to the lower end of the range, which resulted in a quick rebound, with room for a slow further lateral movement. As the second chart in today's review, we will check ETH in pair with USDT, also on a 1-hour time frame. First, using the yellow line, we will determine the downward trend line from which the price moved sideways and then started a strong upward trend. Let's now move on to laying out the trend-based fib extension grid to determine resistance locations. However, here we can see how the price broke out from a strong resistance and then positively tested it, creating this resistance as the main support. While now we can see an upward movement towards the next strong resistance at $3,052. Looking the other way, we can see confirmation of the previously mentioned support that the price has created, but further we need to define the support zone from $2,615 to $2,523, where we could see the price bounce several times, once from the upper and once from the lower border. The RSI indicator shows a movement at the upper limit, but here we see a visible rebound which quickly results in an even greater price increase. The stock indicator similarly shows a movement approaching the upper limit, which may again result in an attempt to recover. Hello everyone, I invite you to review the FTM chart on a 1-day interval. As we can see, the price has broken the downward trend line, above which the price movement is currently maintained. When we look at the EMA cross 10 and 30 indicator, we can see that the red EMA cross 10 line has crossed the green EMA cross 30 line from below, which indicates a local return to the uptrend. Looking at the current price increases, it is worth moving on to determining the resistance that we should take into account. And here there is a strong resistance zone from 56 cents to 66 cents, only when the price overcomes it and then tests positively should we see an upward movement to the level of approximately 97 cents. In the second direction, you can see how the price stays above the newly formed support at 42 cents. Then you can see support at 32 cents. And then you can see how 25 cents, which previously maintained a move in one and the other direction. The RSI indicator shows an upward movement with room for the price to go a little higher. But caution should be exercised because the stock indicator reflects at the upper limit, which may limit the growth. The last one on today's list is the XRP in pair with USDT on a one-day time frame. It is worth starting here by identifying a very strong upward trend line on which the price is currently based. Additionally, we can locally determine the downward trend line, which, combined with the uptrend line, creates a triangle in which the price is approaching the exit direction. Going further, we can move on to marking support areas when the correction begins to deepen. And here you can see how we entered a very strong support zone from 53 cents to 42 cents. If the price drops below this zone, we may see the price return to the recent lows of 29 cents. Looking the other way, we will unfold the fib retracement screen again, thanks to which we can see a very strong resistance at the level of 94 cents. However, here we will spread the grid also taking into account the last downward move, which shows how the price must first overcome the resistance at 62 cents, and then the second resistance around 74 cents, before moving towards the third resistance. It is worth looking at EMA cross 50 and 200 because it indicates a dangerous situation. You can see how the yellow EMA cross 50 line is falling and is on the verge of crossing the blue EMA cross 200 line, which would confirm a return to a strong downward trend. Looking at the RSI indicator, we can see a strong downward trend and a renewed fight against the trend line, under which there is still room for a price drop. However, on the stock indicator, we are moving at the lower limit, which, despite a possible decline, may result in a change in the trend in the coming weeks. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.